Hello, this is Prim Silver, and I'm going to do a draw here about one of the claims that Trump shared baseless conspiracy that Joe Biden died in 2020. Huh? Notice that date? That's the date that he claims that it was stolen, the election. And he claims that Biden was shot then. Quite shocking to put that. I mean, for sure that anybody would say, he says anything just being silly. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to put stuff like this with no purpose. I see two crimes here that are connected. Again, two crimes in 2020. Two things happened. Biden was killed, and then the election was stolen. Who had help? Like, there's accomplice here. In DNA evidence, this claim that he's not even the real Biden that we've been seeing. There's DNA evidence right in the center. And mask. This is mask, not true. This is not true who we saw. It's about Biden, and he's becoming a sacrifice. They're like throwing him out there like this. They've been doing this for, if he's been shot and been killed in 2020, let's just assume this is true. This whole lead of information that was planned to be, because something was seen, and there's a ransom or a note left. So there was information that was left out to know what happened. All this, it says here that there's evidence, and it's about a sacrificing maybe the Biden family, and to show also who's accomplice. Drug and alcohol or blood related here. I'm not exactly sure what this would be about. I'm not going to start talking about stuff that we hear a lot about, blood sacrifice, and maybe that's the cult that they do blood sacrifice. And again, there's a sacrifices, so that's kind of almost a form of a cultish thing to do, to sacrifice. Okay, now we got too much evidence. We need to throw a lot of information his way, and that will cover up other stuffs, But the clone and the whole idea and having DNA evidence and bring it to that, it might open up information as much darker in the dark web and things that have been recorded, because everything's recorded when you think about it. And something was seen. So there's ransom going on here. There's ransom. There's people that are compromised, and this information somehow is trying to show where the money is who's been leading this sort of two sides of the situation. And there's two crime connected here. So that might also suddenly show that, well, if Biden was dead then, who was running it? So the elections were stolen, this. I don't know. This is just my gut feeling by seeing these two crime with the date 2020, and the family already, they have so much secrets, and then writing pardon for its own family. But to show that, he was not the one giving pardon to his own family, that will be shocking. And they're going to sacrifice Biden through this story. I hope this makes sense. Anyway, I'm just happy that I'm recording this with the investigation deck from Trish James. My goodness, I love her cards, because you could just say, okay, here's a story what I'm seeing, but that center card is really a focus point that you need to remember when you do your draw. I always draw my cards like this, and then I continue this way, and then I take the two from the top and the bottom, and that holds the reading together. But that looked so cool, just because now we're talking about him being shot and in 2020, and we've got the DNA here that is evidence is going to show this, the Biden that we've been seeing is not real, because it's not true, and it's all recorded. And be ready, this is going to be sacrificed, but it's going to take a while. We're going to be enlightened by all this process. I don't believe Trump just throws information like this just to be silly. There's nothing silly about politics, not today anyway. And I think that this information is triggers, and there's evidence. All right, hopefully you like this. Thank you.